To Live Peaceably Together. The American Friends Service Committee's Campaign for Open Housing. By Tracy E.K. Meyer. Published by the University of Chicago Press. Dedicated to those who work for social justice and never give up. Introduction. Freedom to live where one chooses is a basic necessity for a free, democratic community. Bill Moyer, Open Communities. In 1951, the American Friends Service Committee, AFSC, launched Housing Opportunities Programs, HOPs, to challenge residential segregation by race in Chicago, Philadelphia, and Richmond, California. Jane Reinheimer, a white Jewish woman born and raised in Philadelphia's Germantown neighborhood, became the main staff person for that city's program. Trained in sociology at Swarthmore College and the University of Chicago, Reinheimer had begun volunteering in 1947 for the AFSC's Race Relations Committee. Deciding that the organization had an unusually large number of good people doing an unusually effective work, she remained associated with it as a paid staff member or volunteer for over 50 years. As her first task for the Philadelphia HOP, Reinheimer tried to persuade real estate developer William Levitt to sell houses to black families in his second Levittown development in nearby Bucks County. For 2 years she met repeatedly with Levitt and other businessmen, while lobbying federal officials to exert pressure on the housing industry, enjoying access in part because she had the look of such a respectable person. She also collaborated with members of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, and local unions, and conducted research for an unsuccessful lawsuit. In 1954, Reinheimer concluded in her characteristic understated manner, "Our approach to those in the housing field has not been fruitful." The other HOPs proved equally unsuccessful, prompting her to note more caustically that the general approach of developers seems to be that if you ignore the people who need housing, they will somehow disappear in smoke. Reinheimer next turned her attention to a grassroots effort to persuade white suburban homeowners to sell to black families. For the next several years she spent nearly every day advertising houses for sale on the open market, recruiting and advising black buyers, negotiating with recalcitrant financial institutions, and assuaging the fears of neighbors. In the years that followed, the HOPs tried a variety of tactics, including sponsoring their own housing developments, cooperating with integrationist builders, lobbying white suburbanites to open their neighborhoods, and employing nonviolent direct.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?